Cover my face. For this.
Oh boy. Well, welcome to Shito Saturday. What? And she just shaved her legs for this.
Big deal. Big deal.
I guess I should have told her, your legs are under the table.
We're talking about tattoos.
Correct.
I have a tattoo on my leg.
Well, see, these are just things I don't think of. Hey there, Nora. How are you doing?
Hey, Nor. How are you?
And yeah, it was funny that Paula said, I just need to make sure that I remind Nora. I'm like, she's already waiting for us. It was me who had to sign in anyways.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I know, like, oh my gosh. I feel like I'm just all over the place.
Generally you are, but I'm here to reel you in, so I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
I guess that's a good reason to have her run as my co-pilot.
And you cast me out where I need to be.
Oh, yeah. And we did talk about, speaking of tattoos, which we will speak about, but the tattoo that, how do you say it, describes Paul and I, we believe, is the anchor and buoy. Because Paula says she can get, like, down deep and...
I keep you grounded.
There we go. And I just, boom, I lift you up.
You do. You do. You make me get out of the minute.
Minute.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well...
I tend to focus on too much of the details.
Yeah, well, we could say, yeah, she is focused and list-oriented. I'm not. Would say ever? Well, I do believe ish. Oh, what? Shaking her head at me?
Yes.
Well, is that from talking to other of my family members?
No, because I think if you were more list-oriented before, even with the TBI, I think you would fight to get back to that, and you don't. That's just my take. I could be wrong.
Well, and one thing which Sean and I didn't want to talk about, I will have to wait until Tuesday, or TBI Tuesday. Well, also I haven't researched it myself, but Paula, my wife, found the links. So.
And I sent them to you.
You did.
Oh, the ADHD?
Yeah.
Yeah, ADHD and TBI, how they're so closely intertwined.
That was last night, this morning at like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's really interesting, though. It's really interesting. And you do see the correlation. Yeah. It's there, no doubt. But like you said, Tuesday we'll talk.
That will be exciting for Tuesday TBI, or TBI Tuesday, whatever it is. But today, we want to talk about tattoos. And, well, I've had many different, questions. And kind of I feel like I'm a bad influence-ish, like, because I had my sleeve before I had my accident, and all the nurses, well, when I woke up from my coma, they're all like, love your tattoo. But when I was still in my coma, my mom and dad were like, no more tattoos, no more tattoos. I'm like, well, what I always said is you can die at any moment. appreciate what you have. Live your life that you have.
It's just another form of expression. It's just a way to express yourself. People do it in so many different ways.
Yep. Well, and see, that's true. So, I don't know. I feel like I kind of proved the point-ish. It wish it didn't have to be so impactful or expensive.
Life-threatening.
Oh yeah. See, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
That's the word. That's the word.
Okay, so let's talk about. Oh, this fun just popped in my head. What did you think when you saw me covered in tattoo? Well, I only have my sleeve.
When I first saw you walking on the golf cart path, I just noticed you and your dog, and because a lesbian sighting in Peachtree City is rare, so that's the only thing I noticed. But at the PFLAG meeting, I noticed your sleeve, and really liked it. I did. Of course, my thought, even as a 50-something-year-old woman, my thought was, my parents, what would they think? Which is, love you, Mom. Don't love your Dad. Mom's passed away, but still love her. Why do I care what they think? You know, it's my life.
Yeah.
But their influence, that grip never, ever leaves, it doesn't seem. But no, I thought that it was very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, I understand, like, what do you call it? The associations or hesitancies that parents have. I mean, my parents hated. It's like, well, and I had other tattoos, and they hated those. Then my little sister got tattooed, and Mom came out yelling at me. I'm like, what? I just told her a good place to go to. I'm like, I know it's clean, I know it's good. I didn't say, hey, go get one. But anyways, so, and I was already in my career when I had the tattoo, actually. So, yeah, as a software engineer, especially San Francisco, who cares, you know? And
see, I had to go the other route. My first tattoos, I was 39.
yeah,
But mine were where clothes could hide them because of work.
yeah.
Because some companies are just like, no, keep them covered, and sometimes you can't even get through the door with them,
That is true.
which
That
is a shame. But
true.
because none of mine, one's questionable, but none are really offensive, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, then that's true. So, pretty much you had tattoos when you met me.
I had two.
Just saying. But they weren't visible.
Correct. My clothes hid my tattoos.
Gosh. So then I come in and boom, kind of mess things up. So,
No.
no,
You don't mess things up for me at all.
what would you call it? I shake things up?
Yeah, you're a shaker.
Okay,
You're a shaker.
there we
That's
go.
a good.
That's what I do. So what was your first tattoo after you met me?
Oh my gosh, which one was it? Goofy.
Are you going to
Goofy.
show Goofy?
Right here. Because
Yep.
Lucy's favorite character when she was little was Goofy. We went to Disney World, and that's the only person she wanted to see character-wise was Goofy. And it ended up being the first character we saw when we got there.
That's pretty cool.
So,
huh?
yeah, Goofy. Most of mine are all cartoon-related because that's where my mind stays.
Yeah. So yeah, would you like to explain what you have where, or like the themes of them?
I tried to keep my right arm for my memories and for my family other than Aubrey and Lucy. And then my left arm is, I tried to keep mainly Aubrey and Lucy, although it's kind of veered off a little bit because of, you run out of skin after a while, and I'm starting to run out of skin on mine. So yeah, I've got the one I really like. You can't, it's hard to tell where to see it. Here. I did historical memories for me and Aubrey and Lucy. So Lucy's historical memory, you can't really see that too well. It's where Will and Kate got married.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it's called now. But that's the
Windsor, right?
no, it's a church.
Oh. Okay.
Westminster Abbey.
Oh yeah. There you go.
because that's Lucy's first big historical memory was Westminster Abbey, and Aubrey's was when the space shuttle exploded. And the Challenger. And then mine, I've got some age on both of them. You can't really see it, but mine is, anyway, it's when man first walked on the moon.
There you go.
Because of my age difference. So, yeah, I mean, each one has a meaning to it, and they're all special to me because of that. I choose them carefully.
Yeah.
They look like fun, silly tattoos, but every one is a story.
And they're all meaningful, which is good. You
Right.
can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
If you want to have them just be fun, just be fun.
And then I'm also curious to see if in the future I develop Alzheimer's or dementia. What will I do or say when I rediscover these every single day?
Yeah. I'm like, that's sure something.
That could be entertaining for Lucy and for you.
Well, we'll just make up some stories, huh?
That's all you got to do, and I'll buy them.
Gosh, that's great. Let's
And
do
yours, your first tattoo.
Oh, my first one is on my back. It's funny because it's called the Jesus lizard. It's from Honduras, or they're in Honduras. Basically, they walk on water if they're running away from people. So that's how they got the nickname the Jesus lizard. So basically, Dad and I got this little pendant for our necklace. And so we basically just made a copy of that. No, I'm not going to show you. And then the second was, I think it was across my leg. And then the third, oh man, this was funny. It's hibiscus on my foot. This would have been good when I took pictures ahead of time and I could press button and show you. Oopsie. So that was funny though, because my mom, she got so pissed. She kept saying, "Why don't you wipe that off?" Like, it's tattoo. I wish it's that color in that. I'm like, nope, it's real. And that was, how should I say, back when I was in college. So I went to a community college first. I was on the softball team, so I got a softball scholarship. Oh yeah. But, so I was still at home, but I was going a lot. Anyways, they did not like that. And so, that was, sorry, I'm just trying to count them. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have thought about this, even written it down before. Oopsie.
Counting?
Well, counting them and thinking what goes first. Oops.
Yeah, I've lost track on mine. There's too many.
But as for my sleeve, I can tell you that I covered up something right here. And then, so there we go. And it goes kind of all the way back. So, it's pretty cool. So there's my first fish. And there's my second, if you can see that.
You know, they're kind of interesting because I noticed it with, like, particularly Mom more so than Dad. Even though I was 39 when I got my first tattoo, I think, and maybe I'll feel this as Lucy gets older. I certainly still feel it now because she's only 17, but the control is no longer there as a parent.
Yeah.
You know, because it's something my parents, neither one would have ever allowed.
Yeah.
And then me being able to do it, it's a stern, it's a, not stern, it's a, it just proves to them that, yeah, you want your child as they're growing up to be independent and make their own decisions, but I still want to influence those decisions if I think they're bad decisions or something I don't like, and I lose that control as a parent once they're doing things that I don't approve of.
Yeah.
Because Mom, certainly, she complained every time I got one.
Yeah.
You know, why are you wasting your money? You're just wasting your money. And finally, a light bulb went off in her head because she had a closet full of shoes. I mean, what, 200 or 300 pair?
Oh, yeah.
It was ridiculous. Imelda Marcos. I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous, the numbers of shoes she had. And finally, that light bulb went out that, you know, the money she thought I was wasting on tattoos, she could see the correlation was she was wasting that same amount on shoes.
Yeah.
So that and dementia helped her to They finally accept it, yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm like, my mom, I don't think has accepted it. I think I kind of got a, how do you call it?
Hey, Katie, how are you?
Free. Hey there.
Holly, Katie.
Hey. So, yep.
Get a shoe tattoo. I'll get a tattoo of almost anything. Got a birthday coming up. That's already scheduled. That's my birthday gift is tattoos.
So, see, yes, I already scheduled it with our
Oh, it's actually, hey, Holly, sorry. So why are you under Katie Cash?
Oh, there we go. What's up, Holly? So, no,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I'm like, yeah. Oh, well.
Favorite tattoo? What about that?
We could go favors. Oh, long story. So there
Of
you
course,
go.
always is.
Yeah. Okay.
Favorite tattoo?
Oh, favorite tattoo. Well, I don't know that I could say a favorite one yet, ish. I guess I could talk about my newest one.
Yes, that's a good.
So, right here, I got my trach scar from where I almost died. So, I had my accident, my trach scar there. So, and this heart is actually how I draw hearts. It is one I drew, which funny, but then I have two swallows coming around, so it shows me. It's like, hey, sometimes you gotta let people help you. And, you know, I am very thankful for it. You know, some people are like, oh, gosh, you may have a scar and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I remember my sister, she's so sweet. So, anyway, she had to sign for them to put a peg tube in. So, feed me basically a tube that goes to your stomach. And she was like, I don't know if I would be mad. I'm like, Erin, when have I ever shown my stomach? I'm like, I was always the whole grown up modest is hottest. You know? So I'm like, ain't nobody seen my stomach. But anyways, gotta give her crap about that. And yeah, I appreciate this because it reminds me every day you were saved. I know it may sound stupid, but I'm like, people stood up and they care about you. You know, they helped you survive. What are you going to do with today?
Yeah, and that's an important message, too. And it's not, I mean, obviously you survived is the most important message, but the helping part, because it's hard for a lot of people to accept help with anything. I do not accept help. I don't ask for help. I will hurt myself trying to do something to keep from asking for help. I mean, in the back of my mind, I constantly hear my mom say, you're going to hurt your back doing that. And it's because I just have never been one to ask for help. I just do it myself.
And that's where I try to jump in and be like, hey, let me do this. May not be as good as you, guarantee it won't, but there you go. So, it's a struggle.
It is a struggle. It is a struggle.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that is one of my favorites-ish. I guess also my, I don't know if it's backward. No, it's not. You can say Bear Grit. I'm like, never thought I would get a knuckle tattoo. I'm like, oh, whoa. Or, what do you call it? Hands. But I think they're awesome. See, Bear. I'm like, can you see that? I think you can. But anyways, so it just reminds me, Bear, keep fighting, go for it, and then Grit. What is the quote? I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I forget who's by William something or anyways.
William Sonoma.
No, it reminds me.
It's a store, never mind.
Correct. It reminds me, hey, just keep it up, keep on going, and figure it out along the way. Because I'm like, I thought you had to have it all figured out. No, that is not the case, never will.
No.
What do you do now? So, yep, see, we have an agreement there. So, And so, I don't know, it just reminded me, oh yeah, you want to talk some more?
Yeah, we can. So the question, my favorite tattoo?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're asking me now?
Yeah, what's
Oh,
your
cool. That's very
tattoo,
cool.
babe?
My favorite tattoo is, it's hard to read, but it says, "Love ya, Tommy." And that was, my brother had written me a letter some years ago, and they just signed it, "Love ya, Tommy." And he passed away in 1995, and I still had the letter, so I just had the tattoo artist tattoo it on my arm, along with, he died with complications from AIDS, so this is a really simple drawing of the AIDS virus
Yeah.
that I have with him. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite. And, of course, anything Lucy. I've got some drawings that, she's no artist at all, but I've got several of her handwriting from the years past when she was a little kid. Those are my favorites.
I was about to say, what about another favorite?
The banana?
Well,
No.
that and I was thinking the dates.
Oh, yeah. I got the, where were they? Oh, yeah, I got the date that, you can't see it then, see?
Yeah.
I got the date Lucy was born in Roman numerals, and then the date that when I fell in love with Aubrey. April 19th, 2018.
Pretty awesome,
Yeah.
huh? I think it's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Before she was interested, or,
Well, there's a little more than that.
oh, okay.
You weren't available. Exactly.
Oh, in my mind I was.
Oh, well, yeah. But I also was like, I'm just this dork.
No, you were not. It was not that. You only dated, I don't know how many people are femmes. There's like different types of lesbians. There's femme, there's butch, it goes on and on. But femmes or lipstick lesbians. They're the very, you would not even know they were lesbians, whereas I think with me and Aubrey it's a little bit more obvious. But femmes were all you had ever dated. And you said that's all you were ever interested in dating. And I'm not putting on a dress for anybody, so.
What?
Yeah.
But you put one on.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so I lied.
Totally kidding. Yeah. Oh, gosh. But yeah, that's a whole nother, what do you call it?
Conversation?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I'm trying to think what other. Oh, and there's Sammy.
Sammy, how are you?
Let's see. If I press the right button, let's see. There
And
we
you
go.
are a superstar.
Yep. There you go. So, any others we should talk about?
We got the black sheep. We both got the black sheep because we're the black sheep of our families. Another one I really like I got for Lucy and I. It was not really a logo. It was some graphic drawing they did for a Mel Brooks movie years and years ago called High Anxiety. And Lucy and I both have high anxiety, so that's where this one came from. So, yeah, that's, there's just too many, right?
Never.
Never.
There's never too many.
I can't get to, like, I got my brother, I got a outline of a photo of my brother and my nephew.
Oh,
And that was taken about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months before Tommy died.
yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
that's a good one for me, too. And Tony the Tiger, my mom passed away in February. She ate Frosted Flakes cereal almost every single morning. And I don't know if it was dementia or because of, I hate to say old age. I mean, she was 80, which for a lot of folks is old. As I've gotten older, it's not so old. But I know your taste changes. So she had Frosted Flakes, which are cornflakes, coated in sugar. But I had to put, when I would bring it to her, she also had me add sugar to the bowl, along with strawberries that had been pretty much soaked in sugar. But she ate Frosted Flakes all the time, so.
Yeah.
And it was Tony the Tiger is the mascot for Frosted Flakes, so that was the reasoning behind the Tony.
Yeah. So it just fits. And let me tell you, this is kind of funny and kind of just me being a brat or, I don't know how you call it, jealous. People used to see my sleeve and say, oh, I love your ink. That's awesome. Now it's Paula. Everybody sees Paula and they're like, oh man, this is cool. I love it. All cartoons.
And that's just it. That's just because of the cartoons. For so many people, it brings them back to their childhood, which is a big reason why I got it. Although I did tie each one into meaning something to me. But yeah, it's the same reason people go to McDonald's. They don't go to McDonald's because they like the food or it's nutritious food by any means. They go to McDonald's and bring their children because that's what they did when they were kids.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, and that's what McDonald's counts on, and that's why I get the comments that I get.
Pop Arts, Pop. That is true. Yeah. Well, and that's it. You are right now explaining it that way, that actually it, how do you say, stirs something within them. So,
Yeah.
Yep, that is. Now I feel a little bit better. But, yeah, it's just different how it's like, oh, by the way, she didn't have any visible tattoos before me, and then I was a bad influence.
Never a bad. Never a bad. Been the best thing ever.
Oh, the best gift ever.
Yes. Yes.
Tattoos.
No, you. Not the tattoos. You're the best gift ever.
Well, check that out.
You and Lucy.
Well, there we go.
Can't forget Lucy ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
she goes up there. All right. So, is there anything else? I guess what I'd say is, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in there, and we will answer. But
And do what you want to do to express yourself. To hell with everybody else. Enjoy your life. Be yourself.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll just let her take over and say it, because I'm like, I sure didn't know, but yeah, after my accident, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Do we have our first names? You know, Holly, it's a good question because there's one thing, it's called the kiss of death tattoo, where you put a loved one's name, you know, a partner, wife, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, on your skin permanently. You know, it's called the kiss of death. I have no issues with doing that.
But I'm a weirdo.
Aubrey said no. So, I mean, like, I've got her first historical memory. I've got the day I fell in love with her. I got her bike racing number from when she had her accident. I've got the coordinates of where we stood when we got married. I've got her, what do you call those, like the earth, wind, fire signs?
Astra.
Anyway, I've got a lot of tattoos that tie directly to Aubrey, but not her name. And then we have we both have matching banana and cactus tattoos.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was going to say. We do have those. I am a weirdo. I've always been like, no names. I'm just weird like that. There's all sorts of symbols, you know. But, and one of my favorites, actually, I should have said that.
Oh, yeah,
we both have the F-bomb. So, whoop, that's awesome. Oh, and
the bike.
Well, yeah.
We both have a bike.
See, the bike and my number, 3682. That was my number when I had my accident and could not ride.
And with, I mentioned earlier, getting some tattoos in September. Got one that I'm working on finishing up the design, but it's a anchor and a life preserver that I'll have together. And I guess, Aubrey, you'll be getting one as well.
I was about to say, yeah, we're both getting that.
Yeah, because I'm like the anchor in the relationship, and you're the buoy that keeps us not stuck down in the details.
There you go. I just skip up.
Yeah. So you're my buoy.
So there we go. Anchor and the buoy.
Yeah.
Something you need them both. Yep. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up.
I think so.
So, because I'm like, oh, well, thank you so much for tuning in. And any questions you have, please feel free to leave them down below. And above all else, remember, you matter, your story matters, and you belong here. Cheers.
You belong here.
Yes.